Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the October 14th, 2025 Old Bridge Township Council meeting. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance, and please remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As customary in this chamber, we stand for a moment to remember those who are protecting our freedoms, both here and abroad, for our first responders, and for all those that are suffering around the world. A moment of silence. Mr. Pescitti, our prayer.
Dear Lord, bless thy servants in the ministry of public affairs who serve you in this chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear your voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right. And grant that we have a good conscience and soul at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Roll call. Councilman Astatuli.
Here.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Here.
Councilman De Palma.
Here.
Councilman Desai.
Here.
Councilman Garcia.
Here.
Councilman Murphy.
Here.
Councilman Pasquitti.
Here.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Present.
Council President Sohar.
Here. Good evening.
Good evening. This meeting is being held in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice has been given to the official newspapers of the Township on January 14, 2024, and has been posted in public places. Next open public meeting of the Township Council will be held on Tuesday, October 28, 2025 at 7:30 p.m.
Thank you very much, everyone. Welcome to the meeting. I am going to go off topic for just 1 minute. I wanted to recognize someone who is here this evening that has shared our council meetings and been in this chamber, coming to meetings for 20 years. And she is going to be moving to Florida soon. I'd like to recognize Terry Barron. Terry has been a volunteer in the community. She served on many boards in our community, and she also was the president of Cheesequake Village. She has been an asset to our community and to our seniors, always advocating for them and always helping everyone she meets. So thank you, Terry, for coming through all the years, all the stories you could tell. But hopefully you're going to have a great future in Florida with your family. But I really, Terry, thank you so much. We all appreciate you so much. We love you. Okay, now onward and upward. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to miss you, Terry. Okay, next will be our Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Mayor.
Good evening. Tonight I have a proclamation about October's Breast Awareness Month, and I'm sure we all know someone that has suffered from this terrible disease. Whereas October 2025 is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an annual month-long campaign aimed at educating people and fighting this life-threatening disease, which affects 1 in 8 women in the United States every year and 2.5 million women worldwide. And whereas during National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we recognize all those who know the anguish of breast cancer, and we redouble our efforts to improve care and bring attention to this disease. The heartache and the pain of this disease will touch too many lives of our mothers, fathers, daughters, and sisters, and too many families will bear these burdens. And when breast cancer is caught early, treatments work best and survival rates increase. That is why all women and men should be familiar with the risk factors and symptoms of this disease. We encourage everyone to speak with their health care provider about the risk of breast cancer and the importance of screenings that play an essential role in early detection. Today, more Americans are surviving breast cancer than ever before, but there is still more work to do. And thanks to the increasing knowledge in the biological and medical sciences, there is an ever-growing awareness of this deadly disease and that learning about early detection and teaching early detection to those who we love is one of the best forms of protection. And this month, as we honor those who we lost to breast cancer, let us join with the loved ones who celebrate their memory and the patients who battle this disease every day, as well as our nation's advocates, medical researchers, and healthcare providers. And now, therefore, I, Debbie Walker, Mayor of the Township of Old Bridge and the Township Council in the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim October 25th to be National Breast Cancer Awareness Month and urge all residents to renew their commitment to fighting this disease, raising awareness, and supporting those affected by breast cancer. It's very important this month that we remind everybody to make sure they have their checkups, because like I said, if it's caught early, it's much more treatable. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor. Next, we'll have best practices. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. Good evening, Council. Tonight is our annual best practices discussion. Best practices is something that the state introduced about 15 years ago. It assesses each municipality's compliance with various laws and evaluates implementation of fiscal and operational best practices. It also identifies areas where municipalities may require further technical assistance. The 2025 Best Practice Inventory, which is up on the dais for you to look at, had a total of 70 questions among 3 scoring categories. The first is core competencies, which addresses statutory and regulatory compliance obligations and other areas critical to sound municipal finance and operations. This includes, do we introduce and adopt our budget on time? Is at least 3 years worth of budgets, financial statements, important documents like that on the website. I believe we have about 25 years worth of financial data up there. Are our minutes posted on the website? Things like that. Best practices. This is kind of an extra credit, which involves fiscal and operational practices that are of a significant benefit to municipalities, but might not apply to all municipalities or all municipalities equal. For core competencies, there were 37 questions at 1 point each. For best practices, 13 questions, which are worth a half a point. And then there's unscored survey questions. There were 20 of those. Those are usually ones the state's trying to gather information. Sometimes they're just gathering information. Sometimes it's a new mandate that just came out, or they will be rolling out and they're just trying to gather information. So you may see questions in future years that you're scored on for those. There was a total of 50 scored questions covering the following topics: budget, capital projects, emergency services, environment, ethics, financial administration, insurance, lead remediation, opportunity zones, personnel, procurement, redevelopment, shared services, technology, transparency, and utilities. A minimum score of 32 points was needed to receive the full final state aid payment, which for Old Bridge is about $307,000. We had scored 40.5 out of a possible 43.5 points. So we are not losing any state aid, nor have we ever lost any state aid due to best practices. Anna, Mary, you have anything to add?
I just want to thank Dawn as well as other departments who are involved in completing this survey, and also to make sure that best practices are always followed. I think it's important. This is a good tool for us to assess every year if we're doing the right things, where we can improve. If something is on here, even if it's a survey question that we may say no to, but like, oh, maybe this is something worth looking at. So this is a great tool to do that. I appreciate Dawn, taking care of this survey every year, and the other department heads that contribute to the answers.
I just want to thank Dawn and our departments as well for all the hard work they put into this. As you can see, for years, we always come out, we don't ever lose our state aid.
Give on this topic. No one? Okay, well then, thank you, ladies, for the presentation, and we're so glad that you and the council take this very seriously. It's an important tool that we need to make sure we keep on. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Next will be approval of minutes. Resolution approving regular combined council meeting minutes and executive session minutes of August 12th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli.
Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? Yes. Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Resolution approving regular combined council meeting minutes of October 5th, 2020, October 19th, is that 2020, correct? Okay, November 16th, 2020, December 14th, 2020, and March 9th, 2021, as to form only.
So just as some background on these minutes, Council President, these were minutes that were never adopted prior to me becoming the clerk here. So when we were going through our minutes to make sure everything was posted, we noticed that these had never been voted on. I spoke to the attorney stating that even if you were not on the board at that time, on the council at that time, there's the doctrine of necessity in order to, you could vote on them as long as you reviewed them. Okay?
Okay, great. Do I have a motion?
Second?
Good, thank you. Motion by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second.
Kevin?
Second by Councilman Pasquini. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli,
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro,
Yes.
Councilman DePalma,
Yes.
Councilman Desai,
Yes.
Councilman Garcia,
Yes.
Councilman Murphy,
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini,
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli,
Yes.
and Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay, next will be public reading H1 for second reading. Ordinance amend, what? Oh, I'm sorry, bill list. We got to pay the bills. Okay, Mr. Garcia.
You almost forgot me.
Yeah, right? Oh, my goodness, got to
here we
pay them
go.
bills.
Bill list as of October 14, 2025. Accounts payable, October 14, 2025, $5,078,236.14. Payroll, September 26, 2025, $1,251,587.90. Payroll overtime, September 26, 2025, $46,722.79. Payroll, October 10, 2025, $1,265,207.07. Payroll overtime, October 10, 2025, $56,556.15, and that completes my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Garcia. Anna, may we have a breakdown of the overtime, please?
Yes. For the September 26th payroll, we did not have any major upticks. The sworn police overtime for that payroll was $27,702.85. Deduct grants, $6,692.10. Deduct ETO, $6,447.86 for a total of $14,562.89. For the October 10th payroll, we saw an uptick due to recreation special events for Old Bridge Day that was held on September 20th. The sworn police overtime was $33,195. Deduct grants, $4,918.07. Deduct ETO for $5,679.28 for a total of $22,597.65. We currently have one officer on light duty. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve? Yep. Oh, yes, go ahead.
Okay, this has been talked about for the last few meetings. For the rally that the Democrats had in July, Now, that cost the taxpayer over $3,000. And they're saying at the last meeting, it wasn't by the Democrats, but I have flyers that you can pass out to everyone here that it says it was hosted by the Old Bridge Democrat Club. And the thing is that on their Facebook page, they said, come out and meet the candidates. Come out and listen to the candidates and register to vote. So to me, that is right here in their own words, hosted by the Old Bridge Democrat Club. Now, obviously, if I had something like that, the Republicans, everyone would be screaming to pay that fee. And honestly, I would pay for it, because I don't expect a rally to be, a political rally to be under the prudence of the township tax dollars to pay for it. So really, they misrepresented themselves the last council meeting when they said, they came up and said it wasn't a rally, but here it is on their own flyer, and you can pass it around. Hosted by the Old Bridge Democrat Club. So this is very upsetting to me, that you have a rally and you expect the taxpayers to pay for it. That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. So I'd like to know how this is going to be resolved for the taxpayers in Old Bridge. I don't care if it's $50. They shouldn't have to pay anything for a rally that you're having and publicizing to come out to meet the candidates, register to vote, and hear what they have to say. So it's silence there tonight, and I don't know why. You can come and see this. Come get them.
Once again,
minute.
this
Oh,
is
here we go.
misinformation. They already, and you know this, they did not ask for police protection. The police took it upon themselves to do what they did. They did not ask for that. They should not be responsible.
Excuse me.
And it was the Democratic Club, not the Democratic County Committee.
I'm not saying the Democrat, still the Democrat, then the Democrat should play for it. And if you decide to
These
have
are
it.
private citizens that wanted to have a rally to express their First Amendment right. You have no right to deny them police
I am
protection.
not
They did
denying
not,
them, and
they
I'm
did
not
not
denying-
ask for that police protection.
They asked for the position
They
that they
did
wanted on
not
516
ask.
and Contrell Road instead
All-
of where it was supposed to be.
All right, I'm
So
gonna-
tell the truth, if not.
No, you tell the
All right.
truth.
No, I'm telling the truth.
Okay. Excuse me, officer, okay. I'm
la-
going to say this once this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't, go ahead, Kenny.
if you continue to interrupt and stand up and shout and do whatever you want to do, you're going to be asked to leave. If you don't leave, then we'll have the officer remove you. Okay, this is an open public meeting, doesn't mean that you can interrupt anyone, doesn't mean that you can contribute with your opinions, okay? You can do that another time, but not during this meeting. So fair warning to everybody, if it continues, we'll have the officer remove you. Fair enough. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We have to respect this chamber. Whether we agree or we disagree, we can't. This chamber is a place that's supposed to be doing the people's government. Whether you agree, you disagree, you'll have a turn to come up and speak in the portion. But we can't have people acting out on, and not having some kind of normal conversation here. So we're not going to start with the shouting out and standing up. That doesn't accomplish anything. This chamber should be respected, whether you like people, you don't like people. This is supposed to be a place where everyone is welcome and everyone has something to say, but in its proper time and place. Your place will be the public portion, and our place will be here and now. So I would please ask you, again, as the attorney said, if someone can't do that and be fair to the other people who came here and sat here for hours to listen, then you will have to leave. It's not right to be disruptive. You have to have respect. And we're going to try as much as we can to get through this. And everybody, please, just bear in mind, you all have an opinion and you're all entitled. But we also have to run a public meeting, pay bills, and take care of the government, you know, as it runs. Okay? Thank you. So where are we at now with this bill list? Are we gonna, what's the alternative? Have we made any kind of a determination? No, I'm just saying, she made a comment. So is it gonna have a motion to pay the bills?
Make a motion.
Okay. Yes, yes. On the bill list.
On the bill list.
Right. On the
I'll
bill
move.
list. Okay,
Moved by
Mrs. DeCarro moved it.
Councilwoman DeCarro. Do we have a second? Second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCarro.
Yes.
Councilman De Palma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy. Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Council Vice President, Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes, I want to pay the bills, but it's unfortunate the taxpayers have to pay for a rally, Democrat rally.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay. Next will be public hearing, adoption of those ordinances for second reading. It's H1, ordinance amending Chapter 39 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Animals by amending various sections. So I will need a motion to ask the public, if they're public. John, we're going to do public first, and then we'll bring it out, okay? So it was moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli,
Second.
second by
Mr. Pesci.
Mr. Pasquitti, and now I'd like a motion to go to public.
Move it.
All in favor?
All in favor? Okay. So,
Before we go ahead and actually open to the public for the adoption of the ordinance, we did have some non-substantive amendments,
substantive, okay.
substantial changes to the ordinance that we need to discuss and make sure that everybody is aware. All we did was add an amendment for the date that dog and cat licenses get renewed and when a late fee comes into effect. So dog and cat fees are renewed in January. After February 1st, there is a $5 late fee. Those were the only amendments to the ordinance that were brought forward after the first reading of the ordinance. So first thing we have to do is make a
on the
motion.
amendment, right.
Yes, motion and a second to vote on the amendments. Move it. Dr. Greenberg Belli
Mr. Asatuli.
and Councilman Asatuli. Roll call on adoption of the amendments. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCarro.
Yes.
Councilman De Palma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy.
Abstain.
Abstain. Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
So now we can open.
Yep. Now we'll open to the public. Is there anyone who would wish to be heard on this particular ordinance H1? No? Okay. Seeing no hands, then I'll ask for a motion to close public.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Now we'll come to the council. Mr. Murphy.
Okay, I just want to ask one quick question, if you could give me a short reason. As you know, I've missed a lot of meetings because of my liver transplant. What is the change in the mending the animals? What change did they make? Just a quick synopsis, if you can give me.
If you look at the ordinance, the changes were underlined and struck through, I believe is how we have it.
Right.
So,
Changes are struck through, and then it's bold and underlined is the change. And then the two that were just amended are bold, underlined, and italicized. And those are only two dates. And they were not substantive, so we're able to move forward with tonight's proceeding.
Thank you, I'm okay.
You're welcome. Anyone else on my left? No? Anyone on my right? Okay. Seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion.
Second.
motion by Councilman Asatuli, second by Councilman Pasquitti. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCarro.
Yes.
Councilman De Palma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Councilman Murphy.
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Ordinances for first reading, ordinance amending Chapter 510 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Volunteer Incentives by amending Article 1, Volunteer Fire Companies, First Aid Squads, and Auxiliary Police, 510-3 and 510-4. Do I have a motion? Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai? Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? Yes. Council President Sohar?
Yes.
Nine yeses, public hearing set for October 28th, 2025.
Okay, thank you. Are we doing this discussion?
Yes.
All right. Next will be discussion, Chapter 30-8, distances between liquor establishments.
So, Council President, this was brought to our attention when we had a liquor license who tried to transfer, be sold, person to person, and there had come across this new ordinance we had, and it's been brought to the attention by some council members that they would like to look at and address maybe changing the ordinance. It states that transferred licenses can, premises within 2,000 feet of another licensed premise would not be allowed without a public hearing and a public notice sent to the affected licenses throughout the town.
Okay, thank you very much. Does any council person have a question on this? Anyone? Mr. Pasquini.
Okay, so the state, this is the way I understand it, the state regulates the quantity of liquor licenses that a town can have. Is that correct?
Yes, based on population.
Right. And right now, we're at the maximum, can't have any more. Okay, the way I understand it, this ordinance was enacted because there was a fear that there would be too many liquor establishments.
That was the reasoning that the attorney had given. We don't really know why it was instituted. Back in the 70s, the ordinance came about.
Right.
So
Way before the,
way before we probably met our max number of licenses, but nobody knows for sure where it came from and why.
okay, thank you.
So now what is your pleasure?
I'd like to move it to first reading.
Well, we can make a recommendation. We'd like to get council, the rest of council's thought process on this ordinance, and then maybe have it prepared for introduction at the October 28th council meeting. So does anybody else from council have any comment on the ordinance?
What are we changing this to?
So that would be the question. Are we going to strike it completely? Are we going to say maybe only like licenses? Because
We'd
right
like
now,
input from you.
right.
Have we gotten any input from Mr. Mamakis at all in talking to any of the
No.
establishments that have this situation? I know we've had kind of two. One of them was 2000, and then just the last one that we did, which was the Old Friendlies and Bingo.
Yes,
Yeah, Bingo, and Bingo was fine with it because it's a different business. Has
Right.
Mr. Mamakis gone around and asked any of the other liquor establishments what their thoughts are? 'Cause I would love to see and understand what the business owners believe.
Vetting out. That's why we
Yeah.
just wanted to bring it out there that, there was people that were wanted to consider.
Yeah, I would
changing
be hesitant in just saying strike it completely because then there's the possibility of having two liquor stores next to each other. I think having multiple,
What's wrong with that,
things. All right,
Councilman?
let's- One at a time.
I
said
just don't
one
think
at a
that
time.
that's a good idea. That's why. I just
So,
don't think that
You
having
don't
two
believe in
liquor
free market?
I understand that, Mr. Biscotti, my opinion, and I'm giving my opinion. When you give your opinion, you'll have your time.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that we should talk to the business owners and allow the business owners to give us their feedback. And from there, we can make a determination of what's best for them. Because they're the ones ultimately who will either, we had one owner that was okay with it because it was a restaurant versus a liquor store.
Yeah, it was a different.
Two liquor
type of
stores may have an issue with that. And I think that the folks that are established in this town, we're not creating any new ones. They should have a say in what we do.
And a lot of this has been done through the years. Like we said, it was the 70s at the time. So it is time to reevaluate and see. We want to keep our businesses strong, and we want to make sure that we have a good pulse on them and which way we want to go, what direction. So we are going to, do some more vetting out. And anyone who has, any council member who wishes to contribute, you can email to the clerk's office your thoughts, and this way we can start to make this process work. Yes.
To Eric's point, I think it might be a good idea to talk to the guy that does all the business in town and all the stores, and maybe get some feedback from economic development, and talk to Steve, because he talks to them, and that might be a really good idea, Eric. I like that. So, yeah, I'd like to hear more about it, actually. Thanks.
So then, yes.
Yeah, no, I just want to say I'm also in agreement with reaching out to them because, that's their livelihood, and we want to make sure that we're doing the best for our businesses. I agree with Eric.
I think they're strong, and we want to keep them that way.
Overall, also, that when a business looks to, it's on. Okay. I also feel that a business does its due diligence, because you invest so much money into opening a business. I don't think that they're going to open next to another liquor store, unless there's some type of specialty they have, I don't know, in packaged goods that I'm not aware of. But I think they'll do their own due diligence and decide where they're going to do. But I think the more information we have, the better. And it's always good, good
Make an informed decision.
informed decision. Thank you.
Right now, the ordinance, in the ordinance, it doesn't matter whether or not it's a liquor store and a restaurant. So that rule even applies no matter what the type of license. So there's a lot of things to consider. I mean, like I said, there's not really, right, between the two. So
Yeah.
I will reach out to Mr. Mamakis then tomorrow.
Yeah, we can get a report from him. He can get back to us. He can, go and speak with the different owners and get a good idea of what they're feeling as well. So then we'll have a balanced picture. Okay, all right? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Next will be our consent agenda. I'd like a motion and a second, and then I will ask for separations. Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Asatuli.
Any items for separation, Councilman Asatuli?
No, thank you.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
No, thank you.
Councilman DePalma?
None, thank you.
Councilman Desai? Councilman Garcia?
I have none, thank you.
Councilman Murphy?
No, thank you.
Councilman Pasquitti?
No separations, thank you.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
No, thank you. Everything's fine.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes, I'd like to separate C18, please.
Okay. So we're going to have a
Balance.
roll call on the balance of the consent agenda with the removal of item number C18. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai? Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay, C18, I just separated this because I wanted people to hear it. It's a resolution expressing support of the New Jersey State Legislation proposing certain benefits for volunteer first responders. Now, we've been speaking with the fire companies and, so on. We've had meetings, Anna and I, about, them asking for, with well-deserved, they want some more, some more attention and some more compensation. And we have been doing the best we can to try to help with that. We also did say there was legislation that is pending, and we're hoping that it would be something that would also help the volunteers. And I'm all on board for it. I think it's great. And I think it's something that we should really push so that we can get them everything they truly do deserve. And some of it would come from the state. So, Anna, you had researched the bills.
Yes, so in speaking with Mayor Walker about this, we reached out to Assemblyman Suiki's office, who had provided Mayor Walker with a list of legislation that will be coming up at the state level. Given that there's an election in November, everything's kind of on hold for now. But out of those legislations that were being proposed, about I think it's 6 of them, I think would have a good impact on our volunteer first responders. So we thought it would be important to pass this resolution. A copy of this resolution will be sent to the state, also provided to Assemblyman Sawicki and Assemblyman Clifton's office. I've also requested that when these are heard, that I can attend as their guest, so that's what I'll be doing. I will be representing Old Bridge. I will invite some of our fire companies, all of our fire company presidents and chiefs to attend with me if they like, and we're going to try to fight as hard as we can at the state level. In the meantime, we are trying to do some, little things locally that we are able to do within our perimeters. That's why you saw an introduction for an amended ordinance for the volunteer incentives. But I thought it was important for us to bring recognition to these bills that are being brought forward. We already have also Senator Henry's support on these, should they get to the Senate, so we'll continue fighting. I was not all words when I spoke and gave my word to our volunteers to make sure that our voice is heard in Trenton, so.
Yep, and
Thank you.
I would be remiss if I didn't also thank Mayor Walker, who was also at the meetings, and she's done a lot of research as well. We really do, treasure our volunteers, and we are trying our best to find ways to, to do things for them. And I think if this could go through, I think this would be a really good incentive for our volunteers. So I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Council President Sohar, second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. Roll call. Councilman Asatulli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai? Yes. Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay, administrative report of the Township Clerk.
Yes, Mayor. Rabies vaccination clinic. The township will hold a rabies vaccination clinic for dogs and cats on December 6th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Public Works Garage. There are a limited number of vaccines available and pre-registration is required. For more information and to pre-register, please call the Township Clerk's office at 732-721-5600, extension 2200, Monday through Friday between 8:30 and 4:30 p.m. Early voting in person. In-person early voting takes place at the Old Bridge Civic Center from Saturday, October 25th through Sunday, November 2nd. Hours Monday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Vote by mail ballots can be placed in the drop box located at the municipal complex, right out front next to the regular mailbox, or in any drop box within the county of Middlesex. General election for 2025. Election day is Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. Polls will open at 6 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. For information on your polling location, please visit www.oldbridge.com/clerk or call the municipal clerk's office. On Election Day, Ward 2, Districts 3 and 5, who used to vote at the Old Bridge High School, will now vote at James McDivitt Elementary School, located at 1 Manny Martin Way. Middlesex County Board of Elections is seeking poll workers for the upcoming general election. The position offers an opportunity for civic engagement while earning compensation. For more information or to sign up, please call the Township Clerk's office Monday through Friday between 8:30 and 4:30 p.m. Oh, yes, and today was the last day to register to vote. So anybody who got their applications in were taken care of. They're done in 8 o'clock. It was done 8 o'clock.
All right, thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions about that for Kate? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion to accept her report.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Any opposed?
next,
Hearing none.
okay, next will be the report of the Township Attorney.
None at this time, thank you.
Okay, and next our administrative report, Anna.
Thank you. I have a few items, so please bear with me. Fall Curbside TV Pickup 2025. The Department of Public Works will conduct a special TV pickup on Tuesday, October 21st in Wards 1, 2, and 3, and on Thursday, October 23rd in Wards 4, 5, and 6. To make an appointment, please email your address to recycling@oldbridge.com by 12 noon the day before. This pickup is for TVs only and will be conducted rain or shine. More details can be found at oldbridge.com/recycling. Please join us for the annual Halloween Spooktacular on Saturday, October 18th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Cottrell Farm Park. There will be games, face painting, and a DJ. Overflow parking will be at the municipal parking lot, and a shuttle service will be provided. For more information, please visit obridge.com/recreation. The John Piccolo Ice Arena opened to the public yesterday, Monday, October 13, 2025, and will remain open until March 29, 2026. For more information and for the full open skating schedule, please visit obridge.com/recreation or call 732-721-5600, extension 4999. The Old Bridge Food Bank is accepting toiletry donations during the month of October. Donations can be dropped off at the Silver Linings front desk and at the Old Bridge Food Bank. For a complete list of the items needed, please visit oldbridge.com/foodbank. The Township Division of Tax Collection will be open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. during the fourth quarter tax collection period. The tax office will also be open between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Saturday, November 8, 2025. The last day to pay taxes without interest or penalties is November 10th, 2025. Payments received after November 10th will accrue interest back to the statutory due date of November 1st. For homeowners who are on our automatic withdrawal program, your taxes will be withdrawn on or about November 5th, 2025. For additional information, residents should contact the Old Bridge Division of Tax Collection at 732-721-5600, extension 2999. In 2025, the state of New Jersey created one combined application for the property tax reimbursement, senior freeze, anchor, and Stay New Jersey programs for taxpayers 65 or older, or those receiving Social Security disability benefits. The deadline to file the 2024 PAS form with the state of New Jersey is October 31st, 2025. Applications must be postmarked by October 1st, 2025. For additional information, residents should visit www.newjersey.gov/treasury/taxation/relief or contact the State of New Jersey Division of Taxation at 1-800-882-6597. This municipal tax sale was held on October 8, 2025 with the following results. 201 third-party liens were sold. 200 liens were sold with a premium. 1 lien was sold at an interest %, and 7 liens had no bidders and became a municipal lien. A total of $1 million was collected for premium. $223,154.05 was collected for taxes, interest and penalty, and $183,705.49 was collected for OBMUA water and sewer. I do have a couple more things that I didn't get a chance to put on my admin report. Recently, I was made aware that our before and after care program was doing some great things that got us some recognition nationally, so I thought it was important to share with you all. So Young Artists is an organization that runs a national art contest for schools and for children in after-school programs to turn their imaginations and creativity into fantastic pieces of art. Young Artists creates fun and engaging themed contests that are sent to educators across the U.S., where they inspire children to draw or paint with the opportunity to have their artwork published in a book, and the best artist's work will become the title and the front cover. In the 24-25 school year, 2 of our before and after care programs participated in the Young Artists Monster Madness Drawing Contest. All drawings are submitted to be published into books for participants to order. Those chosen for the front cover win art supplies from the company, including paint sets, sketchbooks, drawing pencils, and more. Excitingly to say, 2 children from each program that submitted drawings for 2024 and 2025 won the front cover. Here are the covers of our winner. So the first one was from Madison Park, and I do have to give a shout out to Jillian Dwyer, the manager of the Before and After Care program, as well as Debbie, and I believe I forget her last name, but she's the supervisor of the Madison Park location, who is the one that encouraged our kids to do this, and now it's starting to spread throughout the other Before and After Care programs. So as I was saying, the first winner was in the Madison Park School, and the cover is from one of our students, and Rianchi from Madison Park Before and After Care program was published in Monsters Madness featuring Marsha the Marshmallow. Also included in the book is another, I think, probably a dozen more drawings from our Madison Park students. And then just a few weeks ago, which is why I was excited to bring this to everybody's attention, another one, McDivitt School, who saw what Madison Park did, decided they were going to join in on the fun. And they also submitted, and we won the cover on that one too. So Tyler from McDivitt was published in Monster Madness featuring Green King. And again, just as the other book did, I believe we had, actually, I think for this one, probably about almost 25 kids as drawings were published in here. So this year's theme is Perfect Pets Edition, and I was told today that not only these two schools, but other programs throughout our district are also going to be joining in the fun, and maybe we'll have more winners. So we just wanted to send a congratulations to all of them. And, this is just to show our before and after care program is a little bit more than just come do your homework, have a snack, and then go home. It really just opens up their creativity and imaginations, and we were excited to be part of this program. And then to just kind of touch and highlight a little bit of this, I've had the pleasure to be the business administrator of this township now for about a year and 10 months. And it's been the fastest year and 10 months of my life, but also a very exciting year. I've been very proud to share, to serve my community as I have with the township now since 2014. I've lived here since I moved to this country. In 1995, I've lived in Old Bridge, and I never left. So that should tell everybody something. But I also wanted to take a moment. It makes me so happy to see so many people in this room, and I'm happy that people are here to hear their voices heard. I think it's important. I'm a naturalized citizen. I chose to become an American citizen because of what our Constitution is and all of those things are. And I'm not here to preach, but I think it's important for us to remember a few things. As we're approaching another election, it's understandable that passions and opinions are going to run high. Healthy debate and civic engagement are vital to any democracy. But we must also take a moment to ground ourselves in what truly holds this township together, our shared commitment to community. Every day, regardless of political views or policy discussion, our township employees show up and do the work that keeps our community running. Our police department works tirelessly to ensure our neighborhoods remain safe. Our public works crew maintain our roads and handle emergency calls. Our Parks and Rec department team provide programs and spaces that strain our families and connect our residents of all ages and abilities. And let's not forget the rest of our employees in all of our other departments, our finance department, our engineering department, planning, and so on. The services they all provide do not stop because of political differences, but they often go unrecognized in the midst of them. It's important that we remember the quality of life we enjoy here doesn't happen by accident. It is the result of dedicated public employees who care deeply about this township. When politics overshadow their contributions, we all lose sight of what makes this community strong. Let's not allow this divisiveness to diminish our appreciation for the people who serve us every day. Let's refocus on what unites us, our pride in this township, our shared values, and our commitment to working together for the good of all residents. Thank you to all of our employees who continue to show up, work hard, and represent the very best of what this township stands for. I remind us of this every day. I hope that our residents, even in difficult times, can keep them in mind and remember how much that our employees do for us. And I thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Very, very well said. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Anna? Seeing no hands, I will ask for a motion to accept her report.
Move it. Second.
By Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Next will be public comment on any subject matter for a maximum period of 3 minutes.
The Public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or items on the consent agenda. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Old Bridge Rules of Council, the council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Only one member of the public shall approach to speak to council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker has finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. The township clerk will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting.
Okay, you good?
Yep, as you,
Okay.
right, as you approach the mic, just state your name, no address.
Right, thank you. Okay, so I need a motion to open to the public.
Move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good evening.
Councilman De Palma, second by
Statutory.
Statutory.
Okay. Good evening. May I sit down? Yes, you can sit, absolutely.
My name is Nora Schmitz, and I prepared a book for each one of you. You should each have a book in front of you, right? Doesn't matter which political party is in charge, and I'm not discussing candidates, our state, or our nation. I'm directing my comments to our mayor, the at-large council members, to the Board of Education, and to the commissioners of the municipal authority. You represent 65,000 residents in Old Bridge. That number includes children, seniors, property owners, businesses, firemen, historic locations, and taxpayers. Without removing one employee or touching anyone's benefits or eliminating services, teachers, programs, there are ways to save millions of dollars in this district. Through the records that are available online for our district, our state, county, and entities, my office used 80 hours to accumulate and analyze the information. While I do not expect our elected officials to understand the full complexity of the financial and legal information, our expert teams of district-wide finance people, the 4 accounting firms, and the 8 attorneys certainly should. Your role has the responsibility of acting on behalf of all 65,000 residents. It's time to consolidate all the administrative departments under one roof. As proven by everyone working from home during COVID, we know that the location doesn't matter anymore. You have everyone working from home and eliminate the repairs and maintenance on the locations. Is it time to rent one of the local office buildings and let the landlords worry about the repairs and maintenance? As liquid and unrestricted assets of the Old Bridge MUA exceed $36 million, why can't the Old Bridge MUA begin a grant program of $1 million to the school districts, or no water or sewer fees to the public buildings, the township, the schools, first aid, and firehouses? Is it time to eliminate the Old Bridge MUA and consolidate it back into the district? We have an example of November 1st, 1985, that the township, Old Bridge Township, enacted Ordinance 4085, where we consolidated to the Old Bridge MUA. Is it time to consolidate under the district, or is it completely privatize our water like the surrounding areas of Manalapan? Since every customer is billed and the district is allowing them to use our property to earn income, is it really unreasonable to expect the Old Bridge MUA to give back free services to the district? Instead of creating the task of budgeting and sending invoices and writing checks back and forth to another budget, our district collects the funds and then sends the money to the Old Bridge schools, to the library, to the fire districts, and then the township sends invoices to each of these for repayments. Then the township counts it as revenue, and the entity adds it as a line item on their budgets, and then they make the repayment. If the township collects the tax and pays the police payroll, why does it charge for the police to go into a different building? In 2025, there's a line of almost $2 million from one to the other. The Township Board of Education, Old Bridge MUA, and all the various entities paid over $46 million in separate insurance policies. If you consolidate the insurance policies, it would be less expensive and add to the existing policies and eliminate the overhead and the administrative costs.
Sorry, ma'am, that's your time.
My name is Michelle Schmitz, and I give my time to Nora.
The Township Board of Education, the Old Bridge MUA, and all the various entities.
Fortunately, we don't do that. Ken?
Just different household.
Ken.
Each person gets 3 minutes. If she has something she wants to add, she can come up.
Sure, absolutely.
These last 3 lines. They're bolded.
Thank you. Okay, good evening.
Hello again. So look at your vendor lists and see how much you pay to each vendor. Take your top 20 and negotiate the prices. Do not just throw up your hands and say there's nothing to do. You have a full year to figure it out. Why did many of our online documents stop after 2018?
Okay, thank you very much, ladies. Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to be heard this evening? Please come forward. Good evening.
My name is Louis Izzo, council, mayor, clerk. I think, first I'd like to say, moving out here in 2006, my children were graduates of high school, but I do have grandchildren. I enjoy the park. I think that was a wonderful thing, got passed. It keeps growing, it's getting better. Across the street, you have the water park. I think council is, in my opinion, serving the community very well. We don't always agree on everything, but things do get ironed out. I'm happy with representation that I have from everybody up here. I think that this form right now here should not be used to express anger. It should be used to communicate. I think people spend way too much time thinking of things to be negative. I think you council people are in a positive way, and I enjoy seeing everybody at places where I go, and I'm happy to be here in Old Bridge. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name's Ashley Blackwell. Sorry, I messed up the mic. I'm privileged to serve as one of the administrators of Old Bridge Residents Matter, a non-political community initiative dedicated to promoting the well-being and interests of our residents. On behalf of the concerned residents who have joined me here today, both in person and virtually, we respectfully submit the following 5 priorities for immediate action. These items reflect widespread community concerns and a shared commitment to transparency, accountability, and responsible governance. Number 1, make pilot contracts public and accessible. Residents have the right to review all payment in lieu of taxes agreements. These documents must be published online in full, accompanied by plain language summaries that clearly explain how each contract benefits the public and what Old Bridge receives in return, financially, educationally, and infrastructurally. Number 2, honor the No More Warehouses petition. A formal petition opposing further warehouse development has been submitted. We call for an immediate halt to new warehouse approvals and a public explanation of how existing warehouses benefit residents. The continued destruction of our ecosystem and displacement of wildlife is unacceptable. Number 3, apply the reported 26% surplus to offset property taxes. If Old Bridge has a reported 26% budget surplus, residents deserve to see that surplus used to reduce property tax burdens. We request a clear breakdown of how these funds are being allocated and how they would be used to support taxpayers. Number 4, host candidates' debates during election season. We expect the township to facilitate public debates among candidates during election periods. These forums are essential for informed voting and must be scheduled, promoted, and accessible to all residents. Number 5, schedule regular Q&A sessions with residents. We request structured, reoccurring Q&A sessions with full participation from council and board members. These sessions must allow residents to ask direct questions and receive clear, documented answers. Partial representation will not suffice. We look forward to your response to these 5 emails. I have my email attached here, and respectfully request that you add these to the October 28th council meeting. Your timely response or lack thereof will be communicated to our Old Bridge community. I have copies for each of you. Can I bring them up? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wish to be heard this evening? Good evening.
Is it okay to sit and talk?
Yes, sure. Just make sure you're turned on your mic, okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening, Chairman, board members, and neighbors. My name is Venkatadara, and I live at 41 Dahlia Lane. So right behind one of the warehouse that is being proposed. So we moved here just a year ago, investing almost $1 million in our home, and we are paying almost $21,000 in property tax. The reason is like because we believe Old Bridge is a place for safety and family community. And I have 2 young children. One is going to high school and another is going to elementary school. There is like 533,000 square feet warehouse that is being proposed to be built here, which would, I see, that destroy the quality of life, which is the main reason we came here after living 20 plus years in Edison. So Route 9, as you know, it is already congested with frequent accidents, and hundreds of trucks are making our lives already worse. And Waterworks Road, which is currently being proposed, is not meant for these tractor trailers, and this is risking our residents, school buses, and emergency vehicles is not really acceptable. Behind my home, currently it is green, open land. Instead, we would see like face pavement and stormwater basin. Even more concerning is this property is part of the CPS Madison Industries Superfund site. Okay, so the HB Warehousing and affiliates, they were involved in that $24 million federal settlement to clean up this toxic contamination here, and they are disturbing the soil and paving this land, raises the real risks of flooding, runoff, and exposure to dangerous materials. So families should not be the test cases for whether this land is truly safe or not to determine. We are not asking much. We are asking for no more warehouses at all in Woldbridge. It is too big, too close, and completely incompatible with a residential neighborhoods. But if board is considered going ahead with the approvals, so we want to fight as a community of all of our Woldbridge, including whatever the legal action, whatever is required. We sincerely hope you stand with us. So if it doesn't come to that, and we all are relying on you on this to stop warehouses in Woldbridge. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else? Oh, okay. Good evening.
Thank you. My name is Marianne Sweet, and I've been a resident of Old Bridge for about 18 years, paying taxes for 18 years. As far as the rally, or whatever you wanted to call that, I absolutely feel that the police officers, should have been there. They should be paid their overtime because they deserve every penny of it. But I don't think, as a taxpayer, I'm just saying this personally, I don't think I should have to have paid for that. They have to be paid. They were there. They should have been there, but I don't think it's my responsibility and as a taxpayer to be as part of that payment. And I think in good faith that whoever called the rally, whether it was an organization, a group, a person, that they should in good faith pay that money. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard this evening?
Yeah, Doreen Chevalier. I would like to commend the police department for providing police protection on a major road for a political rally to avert possible conflicts and injuries due to the contentious times we live in. I also feel that it was negligent on any Democratic club, party, or anything else's part not to request coverage to protect the residents who decided to show up for this rally. And going forward, you should have to have a permit to have a rally, and you should have payment in front of your rally before you have it. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Beatrice Quest. I've been. Hello, everyone. My name is Beatrice Quest. I've been a proud resident of Old Bridge for the past almost 18 years. I moved here from the state of Minnesota and made this place a home for myself and my children. I've raised 3 children, one adult, 26-year-old, who went through the Old Bridge High School. He went through McDavid, Carl Sandburg, and then Old Bridge High School. He was part of the Old Bridge travel soccer team, went to Georgian Court University, graduated in accounting, and now he's pursuing, professional soccer. Very proud of him. My other 2 teenage children, 17 and 16-year-old, fierce members of this community. They all went through McDavid, Madison Park, and back to Madison Park. They are now in Old Bridge High School. When my children were younger, we taught them about how to take care of the environment. I'm of African descent. Originally, my ancestry is from West Africa. We believe that the earth is sacred and that we have to preserve it for the next 7 generations. So if my mother handed this earth to me, I have to preserve it for 7 generations. I taught this to my children. They were part of the former mayor's Kiwani Club. We took care of the environment. They did a lot of things in the community. And then over the years, we see the destruction. The destruction, it is so exploitative. It is abusive. And what do you tell these children? I love nature. I love everything nature. I don't know who is approving this. This is the reason why I'm here. That we should honor no more warehouses. I know the whole world went back to, went to online shopping. That's why all these warehouses are being built. But what happens to the wildlife? All the things that we taught these children. My daughter was part of the McDavid, the newspaper club. These kids did a lot of things, what this lady talked about right now. We are teaching them to preserve the environment, and we, the adults, went behind and then just destroy everything. What do we tell them? When I drive with them on 18, on Texas Road, Mommy, what's going on? Because they actually are part of an organization in Mercer County that actually plant trees, and we are destroying them. Are there any researchers here who are actually talking about or doing research on the effect of this environmental degradation on the wildlife and on ourselves? Cancer is going up in this community. Please, I am begging you, if you guys have any morals in you, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Janice Romans, and I've been a resident of Old Bridge for over 40 years. I have raised 2 military children who are career military in this town. And I think it's deplorable that we're getting all these big warehouses, that we are taking away from nature. What's going to happen to the environment? I'm a registered nurse. What's going to happen? We're going to have an increase of cancer and an increase of lung problems in this town. It's getting worse and worse if we don't do something about these warehouses coming. I applaud what you said, and I applaud what this gentleman said. It has to stop. Please, we need to bring more things up to the public and let us discuss it. It has to stop. Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to be heard?
Good evening, and my name is Catherine Whitley, and I would like to read the First Amendment to you all of the Constitution of the United States. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. You have awoken us. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard? Please come forward. Okay. Oh.
Hello, my name is Neil Greenspan. I have been a member of this community for 25 years, and I've listened to what everybody has said. But first, I want to, Council President, Mayor, Council members all. I hear about the warehouses. If you want to stop the warehouses from going up, start at the top. I know the council on this dais is doing everything it can to stop a lot of these, and the judges are saying, no, you have to build them. So if you want to stop the building of these warehouses, you need to go down to Trenton and tell them to stop what they're doing. Number two, we used to have a line item in the budget that allowed the town to buy parcels of land. That line item had a time limit, it expired. The council put it on the docket to be voted on, and the liberals voted it down. So, that being said, stop arguing about the things that you caused. Now I have, since I live in Ward 3, 6, for Mr. Desai, I have, there's a constituent in your ward, Donna Hollywood is her name. She allowed me to use her name. She called you 4 years in a row, both by email and left you a voice message on your phone multiple times, all 4 years. Not once did she get a reply back. The first year, and this was just to cut a lawn. Next door to her used to be a farm. And there was no reply from you. There was nothing. So I said that I would help her. I talked, at that time, it was Mayor Owen Henry. He helped, and Anita Greenberg helped as well, even through this year, this summer. And you have a lot of absences. The exact number, I don't know at this point. So can you tell me why I should vote for you if you're going to be an absentee councilman and not answer anybody's phone calls?
Your time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard this evening? Okay.
Dolores Gomez. I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you. I had a problem, and I came to you guys, and you were able to resolve it for me. I've had problems with this issue before. I'm a resident here 20 years. I'm a taxpayer, and I think that people need to come to the council with their issues and to speak to them, and they can help them. Instead of accusing them and name calling and doing everything else, you come to the table and you work together as a as an elected official and as a resident. Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to be heard? No.
Good evening, council. Good evening, ladies. And gentlemen, too, by the way. But first, I wanted to say thank you, everybody, for coming. The town obviously knows that there are people who have issues. People have been coming here. I've been coming to this council meeting for more than 8 years, and I've seen a lot of complaints, and I've not seen a lot of action. We complained about the trees listing after they did very bad work on the curbs in Ward 5, but you approved the payout, right? But that said, you know, if you want to save us taxpayer monies first, and it was really great, the packet that the lady brought, you could start with the Energy Consortium. 4 years ago, we voted on that. We voted for you guys to negotiate fair rates, reasonable rates, environmentally friendly energy building for this town. And we were going to get less, would pay less money for our energy. And yet, 4 years later, and this is after we got you lists, signatures, and everything else, and then a vote, you still haven't done it. So we're pissed. We're all pissed. There's a lot of people in this audience, and I'm grateful you guys are all here. I'm not supposed to talk to the audience, but I'm just going to say we're all grateful. You guys got to do your jobs, and you're not. You know, I know that finally, supposedly there's a negotiated person to do it. 4 years we've been waiting for this. The township actually takes advantage of this, by the way, but you're not allowing the residents to. And we voted for you to do that, and you're not doing your job.
Is there anyone else in the audience?
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Good. Okay. Council comment, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes, first I want to say thank you, everybody, for showing up. It's a beautiful crowd tonight. I wanted to say happy anniversary to my wife. It's our 21st anniversary tomorrow. I'm kind of excited about that. Love you. Right? Been here 21 years. My daughters were born here. It's kind of exciting. I love this town. I love everything about it. And you know what I did recently? I asked, well, council people, why do you do your job? I asked Kevin, why are you a councilman? He said, because I want to make a difference. I asked Tony, why do you do it? I want to make an impact in the community. I asked Anita, I love America and I love my town. I asked Eric, he says, I want to make a difference in my community where I bring my kids up. I asked Mary, she goes, I've been doing this so long, I just love helping people. And I love solving problems for my people. It's so important that a lot of times, and every voice should be heard, every single person in this room. The thing is, we use the word divisiveness. And I know Anna mentioned it, and we mentioned it a lot. That's a divisive, my take on it, it's a little divisive, because we just have a difference of opinions. We all see things differently, the way that we govern, the way that we do things. But if hate fills your heart, then violence is actually justified. We're having a lot of that in society, and I know it's uncomfortable for a lot of us, and no one really talks about it. We shouldn't be this way. People are getting hurt. People are actually dying. I watched something on TV today, and it struck me a little bit. Josh Shapiro, I don't know if you know who he is. He's the Democrat governor of Pennsylvania. While he was sleeping with his family, they threw Molotov cocktails in his window. They burned it all down. Thank God him and his family got out. This is all political, and it's all about the people. I do this job, and I wanted to come tonight for one reason, because I truly care about helping our residents. I don't have any agenda, and I don't believe everybody on this dais has an agenda. We're doing our best. Look, fiscal responsibility, thank you, Dawn. We're one of the safest towns in all of New Jersey. We're ranked one of the top percentage safest towns in Jersey. Look it up. To bring up your family. Fiscal responsibility. We keep the taxes low. We hear you, they are 1.58%. Take a look at it. Take a look at the taxes. Take a really hard look at it. It was sent to you in the mail. You'll see the pie chart. So we get 16 cents on the dollar, and we just had an incredible report. Please find the truth. We have to search for the truth because facts are facts. And if you want to know, call us. Call Dawn. Call the mayor. Call Anna. Call Anita. Email us. I promise you, I have a saying, I get back within 24 to 48 hours real quick because your voices need to be heard. And I have to tell you, this political violence, what Josh Shapiro got me today. He said his life is forever changed. And there are good people that want to run. They don't want to do it anymore because they're worried people go after their family, call their jobs, make Facebook pages that go after their kids. It's disgusting. And I'm astounded how people come up here and talk, and then outside, they're destroying people's families on social media. I see it every day. But I will tell you this. He said something great. There are good people that don't want to run anymore, but guess what? He said, I'm going to continue to run, and so am I. You know why? Because I believe we're worth it. I'm one of the guys that I believe America's worth it. I believe Old Bridge is worth it. The truth is worth it. My neighbors are worth it. And so you can keep making your Facebook pages, going after elected officials, making believe like nothing's happening here, but we take it really serious. And we will never stop defending freedom because you know why? Because it's worth it. And so are all of you. Happy birthday, Charlie. Thank you for standing up for freedom in our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. First of all, I'm hurt, Councilman Asatula. You didn't ask me how I felt. You didn't ask me. I don't believe you asked Councilman Desai either. So my reason is the same. I want to help people. So just in case anybody was interested. Anyway, there's a few things. I got a lot to say. I actually did see on Facebook for the Old Bridge Residents Matter. I did see the questions. I don't know who I'm looking at. Yeah. I did see the questions, and I actually did prepare some answers, but if you're saying, next meeting, I will maybe just put that off until next meeting. I'll give a little synopsis. I don't know, it's up to you. I don't know what you want to. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll give a little responses. But the first thing I'd want to do is I'd like to comment on the behavior of some of my colleagues last meeting. To yell and berate residents that happened last meeting, the residents of Old Bridge who came to a public council meeting to have their voice heard is, I feel, completely unacceptable. And also to knowingly lie about my role in the warehouses by misleading the public into thinking that I was the catalyst for the development of the warehouse is also unacceptable and completely disingenuous. They like to point to the fact that the developer thanked me at the golf course opening. But the reality is I had never met the man up to that point. I had never met him, which is evidenced in the video, as he had no idea where to look when he was thanking me. I was standing right there. He was looking around. He was like, I don't know who she is. That was a campaign tactic. That was a campaign tactic at the time used because I was running for mayor at the time, plain and simple. We're talking a lot about political stuff here tonight, so I normally wouldn't go this deep, but it's all over. It's over. So anyone that believes that I alone had any control over the warehouses coming to Old Bridge because I was on the Board of Education when a piece of property was sold is sadly mistaken. Anyone that believes that I had any control over the warehouse coming to Old Bridge is choosing to believe a narrative that fits in with what they want to believe, in direct opposition of the truth. And that is called cognitive dissonance. That's when you just don't want to hear the truth. What the truth is, you don't care, doesn't fit your narrative, you're not going to believe it. People are going to perpetuate the lie, and it's going to continue to happen. We keep talking about politics, divisiveness, violence. Yeah, we need to stop it. We need to stop it. We need to be up here, and we need to get along, because you know what? The reason that we're here is we're elected to serve the people of Old Bridge. We're elected to serve all of you. We're elected to receive your phone calls about trees that are leaning over into your yard, a neighbor's tree, you know, hey, Councilman DeCaro, what can I do? You know, this is going on. Sure, let me direct you to a place where you need to go. Let me refer to our business administrator, and she can, you know, farm that out to the proper public service director that we have, or wherever. You know, hey, Councilwoman, you know, what's going on? My street light is out. Hey, Councilwoman, you know, roads need to be paved. You know, things like that. That's why we're here. None of this other nonsense matters, okay? So, you know, that's what it is. And, you know, the divisiveness, I agree, it needs to happen. But it needs to happen on both sides. So I'm willing to, you know, and I came onto this council with the intent of doing that. But unfortunately, I had a very tough time, and I'm you know, feeling very hopeless about it. You know, I will always keep the door open, though. Always keep the door open. So I want to say, you know, so I did look, I'm not afraid of Facebook. Some people up here are afraid of Facebook. I'm not afraid of Facebook. I believe that a lot, you know, this is what we do. A lot of people are on Facebook right now. They like to go on there. They like to vent. They like to, yes, there's misinformation on there. You just, you know, they vent, they let it go, they spin it out, and then it kind of goes away. It's Facebook. But there is a group, and Ashley, you came up and spoke, and, you know, I saw your group is new, and I did see that it came out, and it's a very good group that, and you guys, I think, admin it very well. You don't allow any nonsense. I do read it, and so I did see the questions that were there, and so I do have some prepared answers, and you know, I'm gonna just try to talk quickly. And so anyway, your first question, make the pilot contracts public and accessible. Okay, I'm reading the question. Make the pilot contracts public and accessible. I talked about this at the last meeting, and I asked Mr. Rosselli. He said that they are public documents, and they are not. But according to what Mr. Rosselli said, that I understood him to say last meeting, that if the residents want to see it, they can Oprah it. I personally don't believe that the residents should have to Oprah something like that. I believe that we should put it on right on the website and have it easily accessible, and just like you said, a summary of it. So I am in full support of doing that if the rest of the council and administration is in support of putting there and put a summary. Like, this is what it means. This is what this is about. You know, anyway, this is what I was advised by Mr. Rosselli last month. If anybody wants to dispute what Mr. Rosselli said, that's fine, you can do that. Okay, and the other thing about transparency is what I would like to see maybe we can do segments on the TV studio. Council president and other council members have done Council Corner, you know, what's Ward 4, things like that, what I would like to see, you know, what we can do as a group is do, you know, municipality 101. What is a municipality? How do we generate money? Maybe segments, little segments like that, coming right from our council, our mayor, our business administrator, our director of finance, whoever the department is related to. This is how this works. And I know that there have been some already, but I would like to see something like that, segments of how is our revenue spent, you know? And I know that we have these meetings here and everybody says that you can just watch the meeting and, you know, but these meetings are sometimes tough to watch, as, you know. So anyway, you know, define what a pilot is. You know, nobody knows what a pilot is. You know, people are starting to learn now, but, you know, things like that. I also believe in transparency. I think that we should have all of the people, you know, we have a lot of committees. I'm not sure so much about planning and zoning, but we have an ethics board, we have an open space committee, we have rent stabilization, among others. I believe that we have liaisons to all of those committees or boards on this council. I believe that we should have on the agenda, we should have a little report, you know, has there been a meeting? Can you talk about it? What's going on? So that we don't have to go in, residents don't have to go in and search for that information. Anyway, that's just that. I know I said I would get brief, but I've never been known to be brief. Anyway, and as far as anything else, let's see, the no more warehouses. Listen, I believe that we're done with warehouses. I understand that there's zoning requirements and different land. And again, this is something that the public needs to understand. There are zoning laws, and there are certain areas that are zoned for different areas, commercial, residential, mixed, whatever. So if it's zoned for a warehouse or a data center or whatever, there's not too much that can be done on a township level, from the township side. However, we can look at any variances that they're coming out, you know, that they're trying to have, and we can make sure that it's not a non-conforming thing, that we can make sure that it's a conforming thing. I know that there are residents over by Astor Circle that are very upset about a warehouse that they just found out is coming right behind them. They were not told that there was a warehouse going on when they bought the house. I don't know, I'm not blaming anybody, I don't know whose fault that was, I don't know any of, you know, I'm not saying anything, but, you know, they deserve to have a voice. Those residents deserve to have a voice, and unfortunately, and as I said to them, I don't know what can be done if someone comes in with an application that's conforming. But that's, you know, I will fight for you to the best that I can. You know, I don't know that I can stop that warehouse. But I will, you know, I'm on one vote. Anyway, as far as the 26%, there's a lot of mumbling on the right side of me, so I feel like people are getting a little exacerbated with what I'm saying here. But, you know, we do need to stop building warehouses. And I also think that we also need to, and I've said this before, I got some chuckles last time, we need to reduce our tax burden on our residents. And we need to make sure that if we do have a pilot program, the SEGME pilot program has not been signed yet. Last I looked, maybe it's signed by now, I don't know. But we need to, I believe that we should have a portion of that money designated to do something with our schools to help lighten that tax burden, because the residents, we all get one tax bill. And it doesn't matter if it's 60% school, you know, whatever percent municipality, it's one tax bill. And we need to work as a council, and we need to do better for the residents to lighten that tax burden. Anyway, all right, thank you. There's a lot of mumbling going on over here, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pushback on what I said, but, you know, that's par for the course. Thank you.
Councilman De Palma.
Thank you. So just a couple items. I know we have our professionals here. I know they're all looking to go home, so I'll keep my comments as short as I can. Just a few things. We have a lot going on this weekend in town. Ms. Phelps spoke about the Spooktacular happening on Saturday. We also on Saturday, for those that will be there, if you head over to Lombardi Field, there is the band competition. So if you can, go out there and support the Old Bridge Marching Knights. I think their show is called Back in Black, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're there, swing on over. You know, you can leave your car, walk across the street, grab a Dunkin' Donuts, walk up to Lombardi Field, and go support the Marching Knights. Also, just to touch on what Anna brought up about the young artists. So my daughter was actually in that book from McDivitt. So I don't know who was involved at the other school, but I know from McDivitt. I just wanted to thank Miss Patty and Miss Debbie for driving that. The kids loved it. My daughter, actually, funny enough, she was asking me the other day, are they going to do it again this year? So it sounds like they are. So I know those kids are looking forward to it. So I want to thank not only Miss Debbie and Miss Patty over at McDivitt, but everyone who is going to help drive that forward this year for the folks that are the children that are in before and after care. Also, happy Diwali to all the residents that are celebrating next week. I hope you all have a wonderful time with your families with that. And also, since I actually will not be at the next meeting due to a long-standing work obligation, I just wanted to wish everyone a safe and happy Halloween. It's on a Friday this year, so there's probably going to be extended trick-or-treating. So please just be out there if you are driving around on Halloween, just be aware of the ghosts and goblins that are trying to grab all the candy everywhere. And everyone just have a wonderful and safe holiday weekend for that. And also just make sure everyone gets out there and vote. Whomever you're voting for, just make sure that you use your right as a resident of this state, as a resident of the town, as well as this country to get out there and vote. Thank you.
Councilman Desai.
Thank you. I just want to mention one thing. When our business administrator gave her report, she talked about property tax relief program for senior. She only talked about the state program. She knowingly or unknowingly did not say that there is a senior tax relief is also on the Old Bridge Township book. There is a $250 which can be paid by the Old Bridge Township to the senior over 65. The only bad thing about that program, the income requirement is very strong. You cannot have your income more than $10,000, excluding Social Security. So I believe 70% seniors may not qualify, but it's worth looking into it. It's a $250, and you have to just pick up the phone and get the form from the tax collector office, or also you can contact the finance department. They will give you information. It's a $250 for seniors over 65 with less than $10,000 income, excluding Social Security. Thank you. I just wanted to bring out so people know there is some program from the township also. Thanks.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes, good evening all. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I know everybody says it's this side versus that side. I say it all the time. We're here, up here, to help all of you. We take your questions. I tell people all the time, I give you my email address. Email me with an issue. I don't care. I want to hear your complaints. So please, we have to stop all this bickering stuff, all this negativity stuff. And email your council person. I can guarantee they will get back to you with whatever issues it may be. We're not hiding from anybody. We come to these meetings. We are here for you guys. I know I keep saying the same thing every 2 weeks. You know, it's insane nonsense. And you guys know I live in Cheesequake Village. We We have a few residents here from Cheesequake Village. We have I'm going to talk a little negativity for a second. We have a certain person in the audience today who is spreading complete lies about Cheesequake Village. As a matter of fact, she's running for Ward 6 council person. She's nothing but lies on Facebook. And I tell you all the time, you have any questions, ask me. I have people here from the village. Ask them. They're here to answer your questions. But when people flat out lie about the village and about me, I take that personally because I know what we're doing there. We're running a tight ship over there. So when we have somebody, but it's known, of course, he's always complaining about everything anyway. If you have any questions, come to me. You got that, Nina? Come to me. Ask me the questions. Don't try to abuse me on Facebook. I don't appreciate that. So that's pretty much all I have. And we have Terry here. Again, I know Terry's leaving next week. She's leaving next week, and I publicly want to say I'm going to miss Terry. I know I'm going to see Terry tomorrow and the following day and the next couple of days, but I want to publicly say I'm going to miss Terry. I took over for Terry. She led us. She got us going, and we're doing great things in the village. And Terry was there for 20 years, so I want to thank Terry for her leadership. Thank you. That's all I have.
Councilman Murphy.
Yes. I don't know if most of you know or not, this is my last year on the council. And the people have been coming up to me. I'll let the people on YouTube that watch. I have about 20 people about 20 that call me, but I get like 4 or 5 calls every week. They want to know what they're going to do when they have a problem. I said, well, you call the council person. They said they're going to give us his phone number. I said, I don't know. If you have a problem, call me. I've lived here for 65 years, and I will get in touch with somebody to fix whatever you need. And I consider that, like I said, I write it once a week, sometimes twice a week, and talk to the people. But that's all I have to say, and, have a good day or whatever. Okay? Thank you.
Councilman Pasquitti.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Part of the process, somebody read the First Amendment. It's a wonderful thing that our government offers, to protect for us. I believe our rights come from God, and the government is to protect those rights. So, one of them is the freedom of speech. So, you come out here and you tell us what's going on. If you don't want to talk, I'm sure you can email any one of the council people your grief or your issue. So thank you for showing up and believing that our state deserves better. Over the past months, we talked about what really matters: lowering the cost of living, keeping our neighborhoods safe, helping small businesses thrive, and restoring some good old-fashioned common sense to government. This election isn't about party lines. It's about progress, responsibility, and leadership that listens. It's about standing up for working families, respecting taxpayers, and protecting the values that built this great state. Now the choice we face is clear. We can continue down a path of higher taxes, higher costs, and less accountability, or we can choose a new direction, a direction built on balance, fairness, and trust. We've seen what happens when government forgets who it works for, but we've also seen what happens when everyday people get involved. Neighbors talk to neighbors, and friends remind each other to vote, when families show up at the polls and say, enough, it's time for a change. So tonight I'm asking you to do one thing: vote. Don't assume someone else will do it. Make your plan, bring a friend, remind your family. Every single vote counts. And this year, it can make all the difference. Let's send a message that our voices matter, that our communities matter, and that we are ready to turn the page and build a stronger, safer, more affordable New Jersey. Together we could do this. Together we can make change happen. Thank you, and I'll see you at the polls on Election Day.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli.
Yes. So first of all, since our last meeting in September, a lot of things have gone on. And the first thing was the Old Bridge Day, and I would like to thank the Rec Department, the DPW, and for all those that made that day so special. It was special for many reasons. One, I appreciate the marching band coming from the high school. I appreciate the ROTC. I appreciate all that Calvary Church does, and Pastor Rob. Also, since then, we had the Arts and Jazz Festival at Cottrell Park. It was a wonderful time. For those of you who didn't go, you really missed a special evening in the park. It was beautiful. And so I want to thank the Cultural Arts Committee. Also, I went to the Carl Sandburg for the Navrati Ras Garba dance and music, and it was beautiful, fair, and I always enjoy going there. It's so festive and seeing all the families and traditions. It's very nice. Also, we enjoyed the Filipino American community of Old Bridge had their anniversary ball. It was wonderful, and I appreciate all that they do for the community. And I want to thank the Old Bridge Rifle Club for funding the archery program in our schools. And this past Saturday was the firehouses that had their open houses throughout town. It was nice to go there and speak to the volunteers, and I appreciate all the volunteers in town. So as you can see, there's many positive things that go on in our town and community, and there's constantly always something going on. So I would like a word of advice. Don't waste your time on listening to Facebook. There's always falsehoods and lies. If you want the right answer, you can seek the right answer through research and reaching out to people, whether it's the business administrator, which you'll be inundated. I don't want to do that to you. We can also direct you to get the right information. But it's really upsetting because there's agitators and instigators on that forum, and it creates public alarm. And so they even stooped so low to say that our water quality in our town was poor. Now that's upsetting to me because it means that they are very feckless. They couldn't even go to the Old Bridge MUA website where they do a report analysis all the time. And from there, you'll go to the New Jersey Department website from the DEP. It's Drinking Water Watch Database. You can go there. And so I just want everyone to know that Old Bridge water is safe, regardless what they say on social media. The water is tested hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. So that is really no reason to cause public alarm. So they call this page the parody. That is disgusting. It's really exaggerated imitation and deliberate exaggeration. It's vile and disgusting, some of the things that they've said. So I wouldn't waste my time. People here said tonight they enjoy going outside, go for a walk and relax in nature. And I think you'll be much better off than spending any time. And I feel bad for people that don't have another passion, whether it's their family, their friends, a hobby, that they feel that they can be a social media warrior. And it just really is not fair because you're not giving out correct information and you're getting people very upset. So as far as I want to talk about the school. The school, there's one reason why the taxes went up on the school board. And it is because Governor Murphy reduced funding from the school. That started the catalyst, and the Board of Ed did not make adjustments. And that's the problem. So I advise everyone tonight to go at 6:30. It's the strategic planning, long-range planning, which they haven't had long-range planning. That's where we are. It's tomorrow night at 6:30. So maybe you would want to go there and ask them questions. So that is why the Board of Ed taxes have gone up. So that's very upsetting. Also, I want to just say about the rally. The rally was asked to have it in the municipal complex where it was safer. When it was asked to go on two roadways, Cottrell and 516, that's when the police had to have more presence. The DPW had to come forward and put barriers up. That's where the cost was incurred. If it was in the municipal complex, there wouldn't have been any problem. And I know that it was politely asked by the police department, but it wanted to have it on the rally, on the corners there for show. So also, I just am going to refer to end with a question to the business administrator or to the engineer. Last time, at the meeting, false information was given about the Bennett House on 516. It went in the papers, and they got proper information sent to the newspaper saying it was not a historical house, and still they reported it as a historical house, which is absurd to me. But it was not a historical house. When you have a house and you put Anderson windows in it, Anderson doors, a new roof, it is no longer a historical house. So if there's anything that the business administrator or the engineer would like to add to that, because I am one for facts and telling the truth. And really, sometimes the truth is hard, but you have to tell the truth. So everyone has a foundation where they understand the information specifically and it's transparent. So thank you for your time, and I wish everyone good health and enjoy the fall.
Nicole Shapiro, our Township Engineer and Director of Community Development, will speak on this. Her and I have spoken several times since the last meeting, and there was communications back and forth with the Historical Society last year, to give them information and to confirm that the house was not historical. But I'll let Ms. Shapiro continue.
Good evening, Nicole, and thank you. I know it's getting late. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Council. I don't mean to interrupt during Council comments. As Councilwoman Belli had said, last meeting there was a question on the historical aspect for the Bennett House. It was part of a recent purchase, I think in either 2022, where they had purchased the property from Matawan Garden Center. At that time, the Matawan Garden Center, if anybody recalls, had refurbished the interior of the home, had done some exterior work, and was using it as office space. A new owner had purchased it in 2022, continued the refurbishing, and then rented it out. Anybody can view the inside of that building. I think the address is 3963 Highway 516, just to look at what the interior looked like. So the roofing was redone, the windows were redone. Apart from that, there were two documents that were done, one in 1982, and I have it in front of me. And so I had sent you pages after last meeting because it was said that there was a historical building in town that was torn down. This 1982 document listed a lot of buildings that the town looked at in 1982 and thought were historic. They had listed the eligibility of those buildings in 1982. In 1982, they said that the Bennett House was not eligible to be historic. In 2006, that was reaffirmed by Richard Grubb and Associates, who did an archaeological study and a historical study of the town, looked through all the findings of this report, and reaffirmed in 2006 that the building was not historic because of all the improvements done to the building. I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention because I think there was some sort of correlation with the demo of that building with an application in front of the zoning board, and that's just not the case. The building was being rented out. The basement floor of that building was continually getting flooded. In the older buildings, the electrical panel was down in the basement. It was getting shorted out. And then these renters were now living in a house that just didn't have power. Then you would have to have an electrician come in, put on, from what I understand, boots. You use a lot of heavy gear to get down there because now they're knee-deep in water and they're trying to restore power to a resident. Once the basement got flooded, the sump pumps stopped working because the electricity would go, and then it became sort of a health issue, right? Now the property owner is now a landlord trying to make a safe situation for a tenant, and it became cumbersome. That's why the building was demoed. The applicant that's in front of the zoning board, and this is sort of a big explanation for so late at night, and I don't want to keep people, but I think it's important to get some information out. Our review memos that go in front of the zoning board did say we should look at the historical aspect, or if there is a historical aspect to the building. At that time, the applicant for that zoning board application went to the Historical Society and gave them the same factual information, not only from this book, from Richard Grubb and Associates. They also cited our ordinance, which lists in section, code section 5-147, all the local registry of historical places in Old Bridge Township that were deemed historical by the Historical Society, not state and national listing. But it's important to note, this is not on state and national listing, and it's not on our local listing. If there's demo of a building in town, our code, section 250-92 for historic sites or structures, says no demolition, destruction, alteration, or repair of historic sites of structures shall be undertaken in the township unless a demolition permit has been issued by the director of the Department of Community Development. It does not say the Historical Society. I then combed through the duties of the Historical Society. They don't have authorization to say somebody cannot demo a building. Although in good faith, this developer and this property owner went to the Historical Society to give them the factual information. That factual information was reaffirmed by the Historical Society in a letter dated April 2024. This is a response to the developer's attorney, and this is written by the president of the Historical Society. In response to your correspondence dated February 13, 2024, the Old Bridge Historical Commission did hold a review with you and the owners at our regular commission meeting on April 1st, 2024, concerning the property referenced above. Your client has a site application with the Old Bridge Zoning Board, application number 27-2023Z for the referenced property. After a careful review of your presentation to the Old Bridge Historic Commission, we acknowledge that the above site does not currently appear on the National Historic and State Registry of Places. However, this site, 2009-69, does appear in the original Township of Old Bridge Historic Site Survey and Inventory dated November 3rd, 1981, and was reaffirmed again in October 2006 to this commission. That sentence is not true. It is shown in this book 100%. It is checked off as ineligible. It is then reaffirmed by Richard Grubb and Associates in 2006, and it cites all the improvements that were done to the site and then reaffirms that it is not historical. This person, whether developer for 1 million homes or whether just one property owner, was permitted to remove and demo the plan as per our ordinance, followed every rule, got a demo permit. There was one thing that the Historical Society president mentioned at the last meeting. There is a separate site, 3 Old Mill Road, where there's a separate developer apart from this application. That developer filed the same demo permit with the building department, except that developer in that building permit application submitted a letter from the Historical Society, and I'm going to get this date wrong, it was either 2006 or 2012, that stated, we affirm that this building is not historic. Again, not on the state historic registry, not on the national registry, and not on the listing that's provided in Old Bridge Ordinance 5-147. But because the building department had a letter that was dated, that was so outdated, they asked them, go back to the Historical Society, can you get an updated letter? That is not a requirement of our ordinance. That is not a requirement of the township to have a letter from the Historical Society. What I was shocked by when I was in the audience listening at last month's meeting was that Richard Pucciarelli was saying he had no notice. In November 2024, I almost said 14. In November 2024, I circulated the email to you, the day after the last email. I had sent him every single information that I sent you one day after this meeting. I did tell him, whatever you posted in your letter You acknowledged you're not on the state historic preservation. You acknowledged you're not on the national listing. But you then affirm that this finding, which I use all the time, says that it's historical and it's not. And I actually highlighted it and sent it to him. I also sent him again the 2006 Richard Grubb findings that it wasn't historical. I never received a response from that. Any of the information I have, whether it's this book or anything that I've said tonight, is available. You don't have to, I mean, I know the attorney might not like this. I don't know if I could make it, I mean, anybody can call me. I can certainly give you the information. If they want, I could actually photocopy this entire thing and put it on our website along with Richard Grubb's so that they could see it themselves. There's no, I think there was one comment even at the last meeting, or maybe somebody showed me a screenshot of a posting that said, we're trying not to be transparent. Since I've been here in the last, I don't know, almost 12 years, this administration, this council, the mayor, the business administrator have always been forthright. If there's a question that anybody is looking for, if they want to put in an Oprah request, it's 39963 Highway Route 516 for the Historical Society's letter. It is my email dated September 25th, 2025. That's what, I'm sorry, that was the email that the mayor had sent to the newspaper article with the information that we've stated tonight. There was a email that I had sent to Richard Pucciarelli that was dated November 13, 2024, that was entitled Bennett House Historical Ineligibility. If anybody would like to open that request, it won't take 10 days to receive it. I have it very handy and I'm very forthcoming. I just want to, especially when something is said that the building department is doing something that's inaccurate. The director of community development, the building department is under me along with engineering, planning, and the zoning officer. And certainly we try to follow the ordinance to a T, sometimes to a fault. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of the ineligibility. I did, however, I was shocked when I saw the article today that they had posted or sort of even verbatim what was discussed at last meetings or the public comment, and we had taken the time to write back to the newspaper article. I want to say, and I believe the last name was Russell of the author or the writer of that article, but in her defense, she had published it one day before receiving our response back. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a retraction, especially if anybody tells her about this meeting, that, and she certainly has that email from our mayor with the response and the accurate information. So I would hope that there would be some sort of retraction, and if anybody has any other questions, I'm here to answer.
Thank you very much for that clarity and your due diligence.
No problem.
And your
Thank you.
professionalism all the time. Thank you.
Nicole, I have to second that because that was absolutely just to a T. All kidding aside, thank you for coming up here, staying late like you did. It was just perfectly explained. I really want to just, in public, say thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicole.
But you don't see Pucciarelli come back up here and correct the record, right?
And Council President Sohar.
Yes, thank you. Okay, it's been a very long night, and I'm going to try to curtail my council comments because it is late, and these professionals are here so long, and all the TV people, everything. To have them be here for an inordinate amount of time, I'm sorry about that, guys. But also, I do want to stress the fact that there are things that happen, like this Bennett House. And here we have someone come up and give a full explanation before everybody jumps the gun. Oh my God, what are you destroying? All these historical sites. Oh my, no, that wasn't the case. So sometimes you do have to vet things out before you go to social media and just trash us to all hell. So I think that's something to think about. I know there are people sitting in this audience, they send me screenshots, they're the one they post. That's fine. You have every right to go on Facebook and post. However, please think about how you're saying things about people. Sometimes it hurts. It really does. It hurts people's feelings and it makes them feel that, my goodness, what am I doing up here? As far as the surplus is concerned, we touched on it. As far as using it, well, there was a good a portion of it was used this year in order to stabilize the municipal budget. Also, if you looked at the bill list tonight, for 2 weeks, it approached, two pay periods, it approached $8 million. If we were to deplete and something were to happen, any kind of a, something go wrong, a COVID. I mean, I know sometimes people think, are you being serious? But I am. If something happened and we had no surplus, how do we pay our bills? I don't think anybody in this room would deplete their entire savings and then say, well, I think it's going to be no problem. Nothing's going to break. Nothing's going to go wrong. Everything is going to be fine. That's not always the case. So we have to try to save what we can and be sure that if something does go wrong, like when COVID hit, we were able to pay the bills. Everyone got paid, as they should. So we try to think, okay, let's see what we can put aside so that's reasonable and fair, and that if something goes wrong, we have the money to take care of the township for you guys as well. You don't want your services to stop, that's for sure. So that was how I feel about the surplus balance. That's just my opinion. I'm always kind of on the side of let's save a little bit because you never know what's going to happen. The other thing is, as far as what's going on in town, everything, I thought there was a lot, like Dr. Greenberg said, a lot of good events, a lot of positive things going on. And I sincerely hope that tonight everyone seemed to be able to listen to each other, and that's a really, really big thing. I think we got a lot accomplished. I think we heard from all the residents that wanted to speak. They gave us ideas to share, thoughts on how to save money, things, thoughts on what they would like to see, which is what we are here for. So I think this was a very positive on the part of the residents and on the part of the council. So everyone, thank you very much. Make sure you go out and vote, and it's important. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. I need a motion to adjourn.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma? Yes. Councilman Desai? Yes. Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Pasquitti? Yes. Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes, and before you leave, I just wanted to say one thing that I forgot. You got this flyer in those, in your flyers that they send. We don't know why this organization where you get your coupon sent it to us. No one said we don't want these papers, so it's like crazy that they would do that. The only thing we don't want them to throw them in the road or the stormwater drains.
Okay, Council President Sohar? 9 yeses. Motion adjourned at 9:38 p.m.